Hello, my name is Will Jordan, and for my informative speech, I'll be talking about the importance of sleep. As I'm sure we all know, sleep is a vital tool for the human body. But understanding the science of sleep is essential because it reveals how sleep impacts brain function, physical health, and emotional well-being, and highlights why consistent quality rest is vital for living a healthy and productive life. The Foundation for Airway Health created 4 stages of sleep that we all go through. The first stage is the period between when we're awake and we're asleep. Now, this stage is only for a couple of minutes, but during this time, our brain starts to slow down, our eyes slow down and close, and our muscles start to relax. During this period is the easiest time to wake someone up. The next period, which is the stage 2, it consists about half of our sleep. So if I were to sleep for 8 hours, the number 2 stage is roughly 4 hours. And eye movement stops completely, the body temperature lowers, and brain waves slow down even further. Now, stage 3 is called the deep, slow wave sleep. This is the hardest to wake people up during, and the blood pressure lowers. Now, the REM sleep or the REM sleep, this is whenever your brain activity starts to rise or there's a spike in brain activity. This is where most dreams and nightmares occur. Even though the body or the mind spikes or that brain activity spikes, the muscles stay asleep. You may twitch here and there, and that's what wakes you up on the occasion, but they're not moving. They're not acting out your dreams, because if they weren't asleep, as I said, you'd be running around or going on a scooter like your dreams were. But also during this time, you are subconsciously learning. You're kind of understanding the info you gained from that day. Now, there are 3 illnesses that kind of keep us from having good sleep. One of them is insomnia. And this can be caused from a few number of things: stress, bad habits, and then the consumption of caffeine or alcohol shortly before you go to bed. And there's 2 versions of it. There's short-term and long-term. Short-term can vary from a week to about a month, and then long-term is any time after that. And then there is sleep apnea, and there's 2 versions of that as well. There's obstructive apnea, which is blockage in the upper airway, and central apnea, which that is the brain and the lung muscles not communicating very well. So the brain basically isn't telling the lungs to breathe subconsciously. The AARP gave a few signs of apnea, which is shortness of breath, morning headaches, gasping for air. And with this, that's where the face mask one would wear whenever they sleep, that's what causes for one to wear a face mask. The third illness is narcolepsy. And this is caused by a deficiency in hypocretin. And the kind of symptoms of this is daytime sleepiness and just falling asleep at random times. Now, where everybody has daytime sleepiness, they'll get tired every now and again, or they'll fall asleep in a school lecture, or if you're just sitting down. But with narcolepsy, these symptoms get heightened. You are always tired. You're falling asleep at the most random times. You'll be walking and you'll fall asleep, or you'll be driving. I've heard one case. And with this, there are a few treatments for bad sleep. Number 1 is lifestyle changes. So improve sleep hygiene. So this could be numerous things. It could be going to bed earlier. It could be waking up later. It could be how you eat and how you sleep overall. There are therapies, relaxation technique. One technique is you tense up all your muscles real tight right before you try to fall asleep. You try to get them as tight as you can, and then you just release. You just let everything go. And with this, you also work on some breathing, and you try to get your mind to calm down. And then there's medicine and supplements. So prescription sleeping pills or melatonin would be an example. And myveryownbed.org kind of mentions some things that happens while we're asleep. Our bodies recover from physical and mental activity. So if I were to exercise or do a really long study session the day before, my mental and physical would recover from that while I'm asleep. It helps food digest. So if I consume any protein during the day, that's whenever the protein would go out and go to the muscles to help recover. And sleep helps the mental well-being. It regulates mood, enhances cognitive functions, reduces stress, and it can overall just help relationship with others, so you're not tired and have to be cranky with your partner or your best buddy every day. In conclusion, sleep is needed to be able to perform everyday chores and activities, and it helps brain function, physical health, and emotional well-being. Thank you.